Hey, it's time for TWiP Pro Photo Critique number 85.
This is TWiP.
Hey, welcome back to another This Week in Photo or TWiP Pro Photo Critique. I'm here with my buddy and partner in crime, Mr. Troy Miller, to step through the latest submissions to the TWiP Pro community. This week's topic was things that you drink. Troy Miller, things that you drink. You came up with that.
I did.
What do you think of the submissions?
I love them. We have some amazing submissions. Yeah, they're really good. You know, I thought that I had opportunity to photograph something because I had these ideas of bubbles and stuff in my drink, and I never did. I never shot it, so that's all right. That's all right.
I put one in there. I got one in there.
You did not.
Yes, I did. Yeah, well, you will see it. It's the last one. It is the last one. All right, let's dive in without further delay. Yeah. Let's see. Let me go ahead and switch my screen over to TWiP, and the first one is from Peter Levchin.
Picture of a poster.
Oh, you're gonna slam him for this. Sony A7R2, China, my favorite drink. Since the water tastes like crap. Does it really taste like crap? And how do you know what crap tastes like, Peter? Say it.
Peter's traveled around the world. Yeah, he's been there. He's been there. So
he's sipped from the Ganges.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think of this?
I think that for the photographer that took this image, I think it's great. I think it's a really good use of light and texture, and you know,
for the photographer who took the image, not the copyright infringer.
Yeah. It makes me thirsty.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I'm guessing that says Coke. So.
Yeah, I don't know what it says, but we'll go with that. Diet Coke? Is it Diet Coke or regular Coke? I don't know.
Yeah, well, this says diet down here at the bottom.
Sure.
Diet.
Okay. Somebody can help us out with that.
Yeah, please. Yeah. All right, Peter Levchin. Peter, you phoned that one in, Peter, didn't you? You phoned it in. You phoned it in. Speaking of not phoning in a shot, James Glennie's up next. And James says, my mostly Scottish pots of gold, a reference to the leprechaun, are my favorite things to drink. Not quite what Frederick Van Johnson was looking for in the last critique, but hopefully it's close enough. This is a 23 image stack. Jeez. And probably the most ambitious lighting I've done to date. Definitely some things I'd do differently if I had to do it again, but I like the result. Let's take a look at this.
Wow.
23 image stack, man. He's got that stacking superpower down pat.
Now I'm wondering why you needed 23 images to stack this
instead of just shooting it with a higher depth of field.
Yeah, I mean, I could see stacking a couple, but the bottles are fairly straight. Mm-hmm. They're not very deep. He's not that far behind it, so I'm curious why you chose to do 23 images. It's definitely impressive, and it is sharp.
It is tack sharp.
Yeah, it is tack sharp, and I really appreciate that. I think that's really well done. I mean, it's sharp from the edge all the way to his face, so that's super coll.
I'm curious. Yeah, I want to know that, James. Let us know in the comments. But I'm also curious about how you lit this. So I'm feeling like there are strip lights. Like I'm looking in the glass that he's holding. It looks like there's two strip lights in there, one on the left and one on camera left and camera right. What do you think? And then looking at his face, it's almost like that strip lighting because there's a sort of a darker patch down the center of his face, you know, and then the left and right are illuminated. What do you think?
Yeah, it could be a strip light or a reflector or, you know, like a light behind a diffuser. I mean, either way, there's definitely two light sources. The left side is a little hot on that first Belvine bottle. Is that how you pronounce it? It's a little hot there, but for the most part, the rest of them are good. The Macallan's a little hot on that white label, and that's the challenge, right? That's the big challenge of these things. And the Glenmorangie,
if he's got that much data, I mean, you can easily fix those and bring those in.
Oh yeah. And I'm wondering, his left hand is in there right behind the Glenmorangie and the Macallan. I'm wondering what his hand is doing in there.
Oh, yeah. It's kind of lurking back there, huh?
Yeah. Maybe it was a trigger. Maybe that was his trigger.
Maybe, yeah. I would have liked to have seen just compositionally, and this is completely subjective, obviously, but he's holding that one. So all these glasses in front of these bottles in front of him, I'm wondering what's in that glass. So if he was like doing sort of the pattern interrupted thing where the Macallan, he's holding that, right? And there's a missing space there, that would add that sort of energy. So the Macallan is in his hand. He's poured himself some, and there's a missing tooth in this grill, right?
Or you could just take the cap off of it, maybe.
Yeah.
Right? Just a little subtle hint that that's what's in the glass.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'm wondering what's in that glass. You got to tell me, man, what's in that glass.
Yeah. And what is
your
favorite? Yeah. What is your favorite? Because I know the Lagavulin I would never taste. I can't do that one.
Why not?
Because it's really peaty, if I remember. But the Macallan and the Glenmorangie are amazing.
Wow.
Well, so
have you tried the rum, the El Dorado?
I've never tried the El Dorado. No.
Yeah, I want to try that.
No, I haven't done that, but they're all super good, I'm sure. So I want to know what his favorite is too.
That looks like a party right there.
Yeah.
It looks like a party. Cool. All right, James Glennie. Thank you, man.
That's awesome, James.
All right, Lamb is up next. Ripples in Coffee. Lamb says, the theme is the things that you drink. The title was Ripples in Coffee. I have steady hands when shooting photos, but I have shaky hands when handling a cup of drink, whatever it may be. This morning, I have to self-service my own coffee as the office tea lady was on leave. My left hand was holding a cup of coffee, in my right hand the camera. Some coffee spilling out as I was walking towards my desk in the background. Oh, yeah, we've all been there, haven't we? Like that. Let's bring this up.
Yeah.
All right, my first, I have a couple thoughts, and I think I kind of know what you're going to say about this shot. I like the coffee cup. I love the lighting in it, showing just sort of it's in motion, and the spilled coffee sells that even more. We've all been there, trying to walk with an overly filled cup of coffee or drink or something and spilling it like that. The cutting off the saucer at the bottom and the left and the thumb, that's the Troy trigger right there, the amputated body part in the shot, which I don't mind if he had shown more of the hand, right? So if we could see more of the hand holding the saucer, I wouldn't mind an amputation, but it's just kind of like a disembodied thumb there. So I want to see the full round of that saucer and a little bit more of the hand. And then lastly, those desks in the background aren't really adding to anything. I know what you're trying to say, Lamb, that you're moving towards your desk and you're going to go sit down eventually on that desk with that messy coffee on the pristine white desk surface. But I don't know, from looking at it as a viewer, especially one that hasn't read the caption, if that desk area in the background adds anything to the shot. What say you, Troy Miller?
No, I totally agree. And until I read the caption, I didn't actually see the desk, which it's obvious now. But I was really looking at the coffee. And I think, you could crop the whole top half of that image off and really just focus on the coffee. I do wish that the composition of the coffee was a little bit better, like you said. Either crop it in maybe tighter, give it some more balance, or see a little bit more of the hand. I really see this as a macro shot, right? I really
see, getting really close here on okay.
Yeah, something like that, where you can see that reflection and the spill on the side and really kind of give somebody pause to stop and think about, like, what is this, right? Like, it looks like a coffee cup and the ripples in the top. And I love how the coffee itself is not level in the cup, right? It's still in motion. I love all of that. This is definitely cool. I like that.
It is cool. It's cool. It makes me want that coffee. It looks strong too. I was gonna say.
Yeah, I don't do coffee, so I have no desire for that.
I'm drinking coffee right now. What's the matter with you?
I drink a tea.
Tea. All right. We'll go back to James Glennie's shot. That's what we should be drinking right there.
Yeah. I'm drinking tea that was brought over from Britain for me.
Oh, nice. Very cool. All right, Lamb. Thank you for that shot, man. I hope you didn't mess up your desk too much with that.
Yeah, no kidding.
Erik Pronske's up next. And Erik says, Shiner Bock and beef brisket. I've been smoking this beef brisket or this brisket since the morning while drinking a few Shiners. It's the Texas thing to do while smoking. You can see the finished product with the smoke passing in front of the meat we're about to serve, and y'all are welcome if you can be here in about 20 minutes. Yeah, see? That's just a tease right there. Scotty has the coordinates and has agreed to bring you all aboard if you get here. Cheers, Erik. All right, don't put it past us, man. I know people. I'm in Silicon Valley. We can get over there.
Right.
All right, look at this.
I like
love this shot. I like this shot. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think Frederick, I think you and I both, when we first looked at this image, I thought that was a mountain range in the background.
Yeah, and then until we realized it was Mount Brisket, right? Yeah, Mountain of Brisket. It just it's got a cool cell, right? It's got a really neat sort of mystery to the background. The lighting in the background is awesome. I love the blue and the yellow combination. I think that really sets this one off a lot. Whether that was intentional, whether you recognize that ahead of time or not, it definitely works. So maybe burn down that bottom left corner on the table or whatever that is, so it doesn't draw your eye there. But other than that, I mean, compositionally, it's great. Maybe a little space off the right, feels a little open, a little loose, but not too much. Plenty of room for copy. Plenty of room in there for your commercial copy. Yeah, exactly. Up here, or maybe like a bottle opener down here would have been interesting.
Oh yeah, like a bent cap, like the cap off the bottle. And, yeah, just laying there. Yeah, that would have been cool. That would have been a nice addition.
Yeah, I like it though. Really cool shot. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, well done.
Yeah, well done. All right.
See, I didn't even realize I was being punny.
Well, oh no, I didn't get that. Yeah. That was a horrible pun. That wasn't punny.
We didn't even know.
That was not punny. That was anti-punny, man. All right, Thomas Aaron, the dog photographer, is here. No caption. Let's take a look. Yeah, this looks like a illustration.
Yeah, a little bit, doesn't it? I mean, it I'm trying to figure out like what it is. Like it looks like there's light rays coming through the glass. Maybe that's rain. It's supposed to look like rain.
Yeah, it's like there's a light source up here somewhere shining down through the glass, and then and then the thumb is sort of obscuring it, creating that break. Yeah. I'm unclear. I mean, did you put all that in there, Thomas?
Yeah, I like the story. I'm going to go with the story of this is a cup being held up in the rain. I like that story. The layered texture of the rain over the top feels a bit heavy to me. It feels like it's detracting from the contrast and the rest of the element in there. Maybe if we could see the sun off to the side or something, maybe it was a wider shot instead of just a hand holding a glass.
Yeah, I'm curious what the story is behind this. I mean, it does its job at provoking thought, right? Because I'm wondering what is going on here. But I really want to know. I mean, is this an homage to the Statue of Liberty, or what's going on here? So I need more data. This is where a caption would have helped a lot.
Right.
Even if it's a fictional story that you come up with, that why you created this image or what this image is illustrating, there's something down there so that we know what's going on. I agree with you on the rain layer being a little bit heavy-handed. It's almost furry in there.
Yeah, and compositionally, you've got the vertical element of the hand and the vertical subject of the glass, and I don't think that they're complementing each other. I think that if this was, say, a horizontal image where the hand was coming in from, say, the lower right-hand corner, holding the glass up to what would be the top left-hand corner, something like that, you would have two opposing angles, not opposing, but you'd have the vertical glass and then the hand coming in at an angle. I think compositionally that would sell this better.
Yeah, I agree. Cool. But definitely within the parameters of this critique, right?
Right. The next image is questionable.
All right, let's take a look at the next image. Thank you, Thomas Aaron, for that. Armando Brook is up next.
Yeah.
Armando says, this was the photo I took for Scott Kelby's worldwide photo walk. Cool. I was the leader for Sao Paulo for the 4th time. Congratulations. This was at Sao Paulo Airport after 5 hours walking, doing nothing. Better than water. We also need, yes. Yes. I'm assuming you need output, right? So
yeah, input, output. I love it.
And I'm sorry, there's no way I'd be drinking anywhere near that. So I mean, just saying. Oh, I love the expression on the guy back there. He's like, "What the heck are you photographing, man?"
So this image needs some story, because what my brain is thinking, like that, was this happenstance, or did you set this up on purpose, at this time to do this shot?
I don't know. Yeah, this is interesting. This is waiting in line, and what does that line look like? It's like, there's a line of guys behind the photographer, and there's a chair there for you to rest in.
Is there a chair?
Why is there a leather chair near urinals? I don't understand. I like the teal and the yellow coloring in here.
I do.
Yeah, that's cool.
Compositionally, I think it would be better if the gentleman standing was maybe 1 or 2 spaces to the left. I feel like you've stacked your subjects. So moving him to the left would add to a positive, compositional element. So
yep, for sure. Yeah, interesting. It's an interesting shot though, because the expression on the guy in the foreground on his face.
I love it. Yeah,
I love that expression. Plus, it's like output and input. The guy sitting down is inputting, and the other dude's outputting. Again, not sure I want to be drinking something close to someone outputting like that. Just right. It's just something my brain doesn't allow to happen. Just saying. All right, cool shot. Thank you for that, Armando. Always got the cool shots.
Yeah.
Ernest Helot is up next. Helot or Halle? You'll have to let us know. And he says the text on the photo says helping you start your day. And he says, night to daylight can be hard on some. Wording is in to move the eyes correctly. To hold, then go through the image. It also makes a triangle. Wording you have to read. Smiley face. Bokeh is in the circles that power. You have to look at it too. Okay. And the coffee and the color to drag your eyes off the other two, completing the triangle. Okay. As always, all the best. Cool. All right. Do you see that caption in here? Are the words leading you in to the Tim Horton and then up into the Bokeh?
Kind of. I mean, I don't know that the caption draws my eye as much as does the Bokeh at the top left corner, because I think that's bigger and brighter. So my eye's going to go there first. I dig the coffee cup and the steam element and the bokeh in the background. I think it works really well even without a caption. I think that coffee cup itself, the way that it's side lit or back edge lit with a nice shallow depth of field is working really, really well.
Do you feel like let's look at this. This is really interesting. Look, when you look at close down at the bottom right hand corner here, it's like a torn edge. You see that?
Mm-hmm. That might be the edge of the table.
That's interesting. Okay, so it's like maybe a tablecloth down there. And yeah, I'm wondering, like this cup feels, for me, because he has this white border around it, it's cutting off the cup. Like I want the cup a little bit higher in the frame. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure I care about this text over here. And if you're gonna put text on the image, maybe just lean into it and make a font treatment in this side of the image, with coffee on this side and helping you start your day in all different size fonts over here, something like that.
Right. And it would be better to do it in a font that's already used, like on the coffee cup.
Yeah, that Tim Horton font or something. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then I'm not sure about it looks like he put a gradient on here that's pulling color out or adding color from left to right or reducing it from right to left in there. How do you feel about that? Do you think that's necessary?
No, I don't think it's necessary. I think the green complements the brown, really, really well. And I would probably have left the green in there. And then not knowing how bright the left side was, I can see that there's a darkening gradient that you can see on the table. Mm-hmm. So that is one of those kind of elements that, probably doesn't need to be there, right? Like you don't really need to go that dark, I'm guessing. I personally, looking at this, you're right, the bottom looks a little cropped off, but I love the green background. I love the coffee cup just the way it is. If you wanted to go commercial, then you can have some space on the left, but yeah, I like it tight. Yeah, I think it's cool. I love. And I think
if you're gonna put some text, if you're gonna leave that the monochromatic left side there, that's fine. But why not, if you're going to put the text in there, like we were talking about before, that could pull from the color palette of the green shades on the right side and mirror that in the text on the left side using, like you said, a font from the cup. I think that
correct. Yeah.
That would kind of bring it all together and make it feel intentional.
Yeah. Plus, I think it's leaning to the left a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. All right. Well, cool. There we go.
Lots of coffee in this one.
All right, I know.
Yeah.
See? Yeah. People drink coffee, Troy. I don't know what's wrong with you. Speaking of coffee, Craig Stampley's up next. Craig Stampley says, a large flat white in a mug. All right, let's bring this up. Again, coffee. Yeah, this is a real life coffee in a coffee shop of some sort or maybe at home. Yeah.
I'm just cropping it. I know you can see that.
I can see, yeah.
I love the whole organic element that's going on here. I think that if we crop it really tight, like almost just above the cup, I'm wishing that. Yeah, I'm wishing that cell phone or whatever wasn't laying in the background, but I love the coffee cup, and then the used plate and what looks like maybe a fork is laying on the right. Yeah, I dig that. Like that whole element right there just makes me feel like the coffee shop, and you've just had your little snack or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like you're out on a photo walk or something. You took a break to recharge, and now you're done. You're gonna sip some coffee to get your energy back up, and now you're heading out again.
Yeah, I like it. I think that the creamer container in the back and maybe that gentleman's arm or whatever is a distracting element.
Because it's bright, right?
Yeah. Tell your friend.
So you would crop it really close to the top here, or how?
Well, maybe a little bit up. You'd have to include like where the phone's at or something. Maybe right to that first button.
Like here.
Yeah, like right across there. Yeah, I think that would be a good place to crop. And then maybe down the left side, get rid of that black handle, and then across the bottom, so you create this nice square element. And you can kind of really focus in on the coffee cup, because right now the coffee cup is sitting in a busy frame. There's a lot of distraction in there. I think we could come in a lot closer on that coffee cup.
Is it tilted?
I think so.
To the right, just a smidge.
Just a smidge.
Just a smidge.
Yeah. If it's not, it's an illusion, but it certainly feels that way. Feels like the coffee cup's tilted.
Well, Craig says they say nobody's perfect, and they're wrong. I had to throw that in there. Get my little
right.
All right, Craig Stampley, thank you for that. And next up is Joshua Sommerfeld with his giant monsters. He says, actual footage of me trying to put the straw in a Capri Sun. Yeah, we've all been there.
Right, exactly. It's a cool shot, cool macro shot.
That is cool. It does look like this bee or wasp or whatever is a bee, right? Is trying to push that flower in. It looks like it's struggling to push it in when in fact it's just on it, right?
Right. Yeah, these are great. I love these tight macro shots. I'm never good at these. I try, but I don't have the patience.
Yeah, well, they make it look. Joshua and crew make it look easy.
Yeah, they make it look easy. Yeah, and it's not. It's a lot of work.
These freak me out, man, because I look at these. I'm like, look at that. That's a monster. There's a little monster. Imagine
And they
that
don't
was like 100 feet tall.
Yeah, and they don't hold still for you. They don't just sit there and be like, okay, let me know you're done, then I can move.
No, they don't cooperate. Nothing cooperates when you're trying to do this kind of photography. The wind can screw your shot up. The amount of coffee you have in you can screw your shot up.
Yeah.
Your hardware, your lenses, etc. All that stuff. Yeah. This is where you focus stack, right? When you're doing these kinds of shots. But can you focus stack something like this, which is it's a hyper B that is always changing its position. There's no way you could ever focus stack this unless you just have an Apple camera that is going to instantly take shots and is taking shots before you even know you need a shot.
You can. Yeah, I mean, you can do it by hand. I mean, it's literally you got to start with the focus, manual focus. You got to be slightly short focused, and then you hold the button down and you very slowly move in and you move through the frame. So there technically your focus is going to push through the frame. It's not perfect, but it works, and you can get some pretty good stuff, especially if you don't have any choice. Yeah.
Cool shot though. Love this. Do you care about the lack of detail down here?
No, because I know it's in the bright sunlight, and I understand that's going to go almost pure black. I don't know that you could even pull detail out of there. Mm-hmm. Maybe you could. It would be. I mean, it doesn't bother me though. I mean, I like the composition the way that it is.
Yep, me too. Cool.
Needs to be holding a cup of coffee though.
Yeah, exactly, to keep it the theme. All right, last but not least, this shot.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Huh?
That doesn't even count.
This counts. So we were at a winery. God, if it loads. There it goes. So we were at a winery, the TWiP winery in St. Helena, which is in the Napa Valley area, Northern California. And this was a Gamay Rouge that I was sipping, and while also playing with my new iPhone 11 Pro. So this is the wide angle lens, obviously up close, showing how close you can get with that thing. It's just a ridiculous camera. It's crazy.
Yeah. No, it's a really cool shot. I love it. I wish it was pushed in a little bit tighter.
Like cutting off more of my hand, you mean?
Well, the more the bottom, it's like I wish the stem was like dead center. Right. And so we got this nice more round in the center of the frame. But it is impressive. I mean, like anybody who's ever had wine knows that look right there. Yeah. Because you're looking into the glass and you're like, oh, I'm almost out. But
it's the saddest shot of all time.
You're at a winery. They got barrels.
They do have barrels. It was good stuff.
They have barrels. And do you remember what kind of wine that was?
That was the Gamay Rouge.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you did say that. Yeah,
the Gamay Rouge. It was delicious. But I agree with you. One thing to note about this shot is there's no processing done on this shot at all. This is straight out of the camera, like literally straight out of the camera. Mighty did their obligatory crunching of the pixels, but
right.
I didn't do anything to it. So.
Right.
Very cool.
I dig it. Yeah,
I think this is our winner. This is our winner.
This is our winner. That's
my favorite. All right. Well, what do you think, man? Who's going to take the favorite prize this week?
I'm still looking. I mean, I love Armando's because it's weird, and I love that. I really love James because he put so much work into that, and I love seeing all those bottles laid out in the story that tells. I think Erik's really sort of speaks to me as a favorite because of the simplicity and then the color harmony that's going on in there. It's really, really, really nice.
Let me bring my browser crashed and to reload Chrome.
So I'm either Erik or James. I'm leaning a little bit more towards Erik. So
all right, let's bring this up. So here's Erik's.
Yeah, with the mountain range.
Yeah,
the meat mountain.
Yeah, with Mount Brisket.
Mount Brisket. Yeah.
All right, and then the other one is
James Glennie's.
James Glennie. It's focus stacking. Look at that. Okay.
Yeah.
It's tough. Those are I like both of these as well. You sure you don't want to pick Peter or Lefton?
And I think James is tilted to the left a little bit. I just noticed that. But Peter, no, he's not even in the running.
Peter, wow, it's harsh.
And he must be. He just called me too, so he must be listening to this.
Yeah. You think this one's tilted to the left a little?
Yeah, look at the line in the table at the bottom.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, that's... Yeah, now that you say it, I can't unsee it.
Yeah.
All right, my favorite anyway was going to be Erik's. So,
yeah, okay, good. Yeah, we're there.
Favorite.
Yeah.
I like the color. I like the play on the yellows with the blues. I like the fact that meat is masquerading as a mountain in the background. The lighting is spot on. I like the sweat on the glass or on the bottle. You know, I wish it had like, you know, the top and the crumpled up bottle cap on the left side with an old school bottle opener laying over there or something.
Yeah, that would have really you know, finished it off nice. But I think this image speaks a lot to simplicity and composition and color harmony. You know, how it really makes a difference in an image.
I agree. All right, we have our winner. Look at that one. Congratulations, Mr. Pronske. You are this week's favorite.
Yeah.
All right. What do you think the topic for next week should be, Mr. Miller?
Oh, wait, I wrote it down. Curves. Yeah. Curves.
Well, you know, that works. That really works well because we have a lot of motorsports people in the group. So that could be curves, right? Going around the track. It could be curves on a model, right? Models tend to be curvy.
Shooters for sure. There's lots of curves. Yeah, landscapes, mountain ranges, whiskey bottles have curves.
Yeah.
Lots of curves everywhere.
Yeah. The world is made of curves. Come on.
They are. Everything should be curvy.
Yeah. I mean, allegedly, some people, you know, may say otherwise, but allegedly even the earth is round, which is a curve, right?
Ooh.
So, but even if it's not round, it's a plate, right? So
there's a curve somewhere. There's a curve somewhere.
There's curves there somewhere.
Yeah.
All right. Well, cool. So next week's critique topic is curves. We're going to leave it at that.
Yeah.
Curves. However you want to interpret that. Curves. And we have a running inside bet. We're not going to tell you what it is, but we have an inside bet as to what one of you is going to submit. And what we got to put something on the bet. We don't have anything riding on this. Come
on. Bragging rights.
All right. Bragging rights. That'll work. I already have those. So
yeah, I need some.
Yeah.
Bragging rights.
There you go. All right, man. Well, I'll let you go. Cool. Good critique. Thanks everyone who submitted. Yeah, this was a fun one. I'm excited to see the curve submissions a week from today.
Yeah, cool. I'm interested to see what you submit.
Yeah. What, me or them?
What you submit.
Oh, okay. I'll take a picture of this right now and put it in there. Or maybe my coaster. How about that?
There you go. Lots of curves.
It's all curves. This is curves within curves. Look at that. See that? Curves within curves. All right. Anything going on? What's going on in your world before we end this one?
You know what? I'm just prepping for F64 and a bunch of other stuff that you and I are talking about. So we're planning right now. This is the calm waters. We're planning. So you know.
Yeah. Well, we're executing too because there's some, as you saw, there's some exciting things coming for this weekend.
Yep. You can always find me at spicyjello.com or especially in the TWiP Pro community. I'm always there. We can always ping me there too. Always happy to chat. So
very cool. All right, Troy Miller, thank you so much for your time today.
Yes, sir.
We'll see you next time.
You got it. All right.
Peace.
Take care, guys.
This is TWiP.